Hey everyone, thanks for joining again. 2 streams in 24 hours. That's a lot. I don't think we've done that before.
Nope.
We are joined by 2 gentlemen extraordinaire. We're joined by Al and Jason, 2 guys who happen to be able to speak to this figure with a lot of inside knowledge. The 3 of us have the figure, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that anyone has today about the figure itself. And there's some news going around that there's some issues with the figure. We'll get into that, but let's say hi to the guys. Let's say hi to the boys. We'll start with Al. Al, how you doing?
Good. Good to be back so soon. But correction, I will say I do not have the figure, but I'm here to hang out and just.
I thought you had the figure, Al.
No, I don't. Ian has the figure, and Dark.
You gotta go, man. You gotta go.
But he will have the figure.
He will.
Yeah. No. As soon as this figure was first talked about and shown, I don't even remember when they first started showing it. I feel like it's been like almost 2 years. They started showing this figure off. I was already in.
Yeah. Jason, how you doing?
Doing well. Glad to see you guys again. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I see that your shade is up today.
Yeah, well, yes. When we were on yesterday, it was nighttime, so nothing much to see, and I was kind of hustling.
And look at that! Look at you rearranged the shelf.
See, clearly I've got a Batman problem. I am all in on this.
How many 1/12 Batman would you say that you have?
I have never counted, but what do I got?
Is this all of them or what?
No. No, I can see about 6 more on the shelves, and I know in the closet I've probably got another 20-ish if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
You're a popular man. What are we going to do?
I love Batman. I've always been a huge fan since I was a kid. I started reading comics back in the mid 70s, so it's been fun to follow.
Cool. Excellent. So let's go through and let's say hi to the people. We got a new channel member, Sithfire30. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Greg making his triumphant return. We didn't see you yesterday, Greg. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out. Who else we have? We have Garth Gutierrez. Gentlemen, long time no see. He was one of the faithful joining us yesterday. Thank you very much, man. Mark, thanks for joining. Missed you yesterday. I don't remember you being in the chat, in the stream. Got KJ, what's going on, man? You're getting this, right, KJ? I believe you are. I believe you said you were. So we're going to be talking about the figure today and showing off the figure and doing a little bit of a comparison and so on and so forth. So yeah, so let's just kind of get right into it. Let me pull that down. If you guys are here watching, please hit that like button. It really helps the algorithm. More people that like the video, the wider the video goes, obviously. So Laser Pants is here. Laser Pants. Everyone is getting it. Well, I would hope so. Hopefully they don't have a numbers issue. I mean, the hype is incredible for this thing, right? It's a must buy. Yes. So, luckily the gods smiled upon me and blessed me with 2. So I have 2, so I can show them both with the mask and without the mask simultaneously, which is pretty cool. Let's get into it. Like I said, we'll show off the slides that I put together this morning. So here we have the figure. We have it with the cape and sans the cape. Pretty basic vanilla posing. The first thing that strikes you about the figure is just the engineering, the sculpt of the suit. It's really nice. Let me see. I have some of my old. Let me expand myself here. I have some of my older Morfig Batman figures. I don't know if you can get an idea of just how different the molding is. Obviously, this is Dark Knight Rises, and I do have the Morfig 1. They are very different in terms of the molding and the sculpt. So you know what they did with this figure, with just the molding itself on the suit, is worth the buy. But then you get that incredible head sculpt, and you get a lot of really great range with the articulation. Now, one of the things that people have asked me is, does it have the butterfly joints? It does not. It does not have the butterfly joints. But I will say, if you want to look here, you can get him posed with his weapon with the bicep swivel in a fairly good range that you don't really require those butterfly joints. I mean, it would have helped, obviously, but it's not a deal breaker in terms of the range for the arms holding things moving forward or holding his weapon, which can be an issue with a lot of figures. So yeah, so these, let me say, I mean, Al is into photography of these toys now. Dude, they killed it with these promo photos.
Oh, they surely killed it. Yeah, I mean, so simple, but you know, just on the simple white background. But man, the posing, the lighting on it, it can pass as a 1/6 figure from a quick glance. Crazy.
If you're just looking at the pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
When this, sorry to interrupt you, Al, when this thing dropped, there were people in 1/6 groups, not drops, but just like the first images that came out from InArt about a year and a half, 2 years ago. People, when they saw this, they thought it was a 1/6 figure.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when you have it in hand, this is the best of both worlds. It's got the quality of a 1/6 figure.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the range and playability of a 1/12 figure. And it's got the price point that's really hard to beat. I can't think of anything being put out on the market now with this quality and that price point. So the price point, for people who don't know, it's $51 for the regular, which does not include the head, and it does not include the base and the stand, and it's $69 for the figure that comes deluxe with the head and the stand. So $69 for this, when Morfig is up to $90+, almost $100 retail, is insane. So we'll get into that in a bit. Laser pants, yeah, man. Too bad Laser Pants didn't get a copy. I thought for sure they would have sent you a copy, man. I would have had you, I would have had you on the stream. That's the question. Are they going to ship right away, or is there going to be a pre-order wait? That's the question. I mean, did they obviously produce these advanced copies to send out, but if you follow 1/6 stuff, and I'm sure Al can tell you, yeah, they send out a lot of advanced copies that could predate the regular releases by up to, correct me if I'm wrong here, Al, by like a year.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. So I've seen the Gandalf review like almost a year and a half before they started shipping them out to the regular Joes. You know?
Yeah, the regular peeps.
Yeah.
So this could release right away. It could release in waves, in batches. We don't really know. And I've reached out to InArt to kind of talk about it with them, but they're obviously swamped right now with all the hype. So it'll probably take a while for them to get back to me. But the range that you get, the playability with this thing is crazy. And so here's an image of him holding the rifle, so you can get it up, you can get it down. I will say then that's probably the extent that you're going to be able to get in terms of posing with that rifle. So even mine, like that was really it.
You kidding?
So you just gotta make do. Now in my review, I showed the figure next to the Morfig Dark Knight trilogy figures, and it's scaled. It's scaled. I wouldn't say perfectly, but it's scaled really, really well. So this is scaled. It's more true 1/12 scale. It scales more along the lines with figuarts for those of you who collect figuarts and you know the scale difference. But Morfig changed their scale proportions, I'm going to say a couple years ago, and they released a ton of Nolan trilogy figures, Scarecrow, different Jokers, Two-Face, the Bat Pod. You know, there's a whole bunch of stuff that they released back in the day that this scales with. So for those of you who have those figures, you know, I have those figures. For those of us who have those figures, this is perfect because it goes right into that line, to that collection that we already have. So I'm completely cool with the scale. Now, for people who want to put this and mix this in their collection who don't have those figures, I understand maybe being upset with the scale, but I'm okay with it. So we don't know what else is coming in terms of the Dark Knight movies. They did preview Catwoman, and I'll show the video that I took from the event in Tokyo back in January, and we can look at those figures again. But so far, we do have 2 Nolan figures that we know that they're releasing, which is the Batman from the Dark Knight Rises and Catwoman also from the Dark Knight Rises. So,
and the Arkham Knight at some point.
Yeah. So where's the rest of the kaiju crew? So yeah, you know, Al posed a good question. The collector is out hustling to make money to buy stuff, as always. Dark is in bed. I think, what do we say? It's like 3 a.m. for him, 4 a.m. for him. So he's
right about 3. Yeah.
He's getting that beauty sleep in. And Ian is off doing some work as well. So, you know, you got to remember, this is 11 o'clock in the morning Tokyo time for us.
Oh,
you know, I'm a slacker,
actually,
so I'm not working.
Funny thing is, when I meant where's the rest of the kaiju crew, I was talking about you.
Oh, the kaiju, yeah, kaiju Kitty, and who was the
kaiju,
other one?
There was like 2 more of you guys. You guys were multiplying.
Yeah. Yeah. So
kaiju pants. There you go. Laser pants will be kaiju pants.
Yeah. So DSG, I saw that he got one. Yeah, that was cool. Everybody, I haven't seen any review that doesn't love this. Not like it, love it. So I know that there was an issue with some people with the heads. The eyes are a little bit wanky on some of them. One eye's kind of going up and one eye's kind of straight. Mine don't have that issue, neither of mine. So I guess I was lucky. But it is an issue that apparently, according to Ian, who's been keeping up with the Chinese online chats, he said that InArt has addressed this, and I guess they're going to fix it in the batches that are coming out later. So again, how much is coming out now, how much is coming out later, we don't really know. So, yeah.
I updated my review to them to, you know, they asked for feedback, so I gave them some additional about my one wonky eye. But one of them is, you know, it's hard to see because it's so small, really. It's not glaringly bad, but now that I know, I can't unsee it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, for me, and you know this, it's like that Kingdom Come Superman.
Yeah, with the thighs.
With the thigh. Like, once I saw that thigh, I couldn't buy the figure. I couldn't. How are Americans going to order this? So people who order figures from China, whether it's 1/6 Kid or 5K Toys, or I saw that Pop Collectibles is going to be selling this as well. I think most of the overseas retailers that carry Chinese-based figures are going to have this.
Toys, Metaverse.
Yeah, I've reached out to Vivian Blue, who I think a lot of you know I'm sort of kind of collaborating with, and asked them if they're going to be carrying this, but I haven't heard back from them yet. So, you know, time will tell. But there will be plenty of options for Americans to order this. And once those links are up, once retailers are going to have them, and it goes up on Friday, I believe. So once that happens, we will post the links, and I'm sure most other groups will be posting links for people to be able to buy them. The only problem is going to be, what's it going to cost you guys? That's the main issue. So again, the regular is $51, the deluxe is $69, and I can't really see anybody ordering the regular unless you want to have 2 figures like I do and have one with the cowl on, because the unmasked head is just, it's a total game changer. And by game changer, what I want to say is that you're getting this incredible quality at a very, very affordable price on a licensed figure.
Yeah.
So that's the key. So again, Morfig stuff from Metacom, they're pushing the boundary right now. I think they realize how hot they are, and they're trying to milk people. You know, they're throwing those figures up for 14,000 yen when, what, 2-3 years ago they were 8,000 yen each. Like, come on. And we're getting less stuff with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if enough people start moving away, just like InArt push and challenge Hot Toys, I think you'll start seeing the market adjust accordingly. And they had other companies coming out, Al, too, right? LPZZ?
Yeah, LPZZ. Yeah. And their
they're
pricing
doing
is pretty.
similar stuff.
Yeah, their pricing is just on par with that deluxe bale from InArt, about 70-ish bucks or so.
Yeah, hung like a bull, Bruce Lee. What was that? Like, again, I'll show my video from the event. I don't remember seeing that.
Wait,
But, you know. So we'll see.
I don't think I noticed that either.
Yeah.
Those
So
metal
yeah.
figures look great though.
Yeah. So Toys Metaverse, 5K, 1/6 kit. Yeah, we'll have all that stuff. We'll have all the links up.
AliExpress if you're brave.
Yeah. Is Mezco making this too, Ryan? Are they doing that? Yeah.
They teased a shot last year during I think it was the Toy Fair event or something, but it was just one picture so far, nothing else.
Yeah. All right. So the torso articulation, I made a little bit of a note of it. It's 3 pieces. Let me expand my. So there's 3 pieces. There's the top piece, which is the chest, and then there's a middle piece here, and then there's the lower piece here.
Yeah.
And it'll move from side to side. There's no real friction or anything. Now, crunching, you get that. Is that 100% ideal? No, but you know, you can move his legs a little bit. Let me move the cape. You can move his legs a little bit, and you'll get that. So it really just depends on how you're kind of moving it around. But you do get range, you do get articulation on the torso. So it's not something that anybody should really be concerned about at all.
The only concern I had with that was potential paint rub, because it's tight.
Yeah, it is tight.
I tried to get him down to that one fist, you know, the superhero pose, and it made me nervous the closer I got to it. So it was, I don't want to say impossible to do, but tougher to do if you want to make sure your paint stays intact.
Yeah.
But it's not like Bale spent most of that movie doubled over anyway. I think.
Yeah, I mean, just the engineering, everything is so flush.
Yeah.
Again, it's like a 1/6 figure. You don't have the gaps that you would normally have in a Figuarts or a Morfig. You don't have these big gaps on the figure. It's not something, you know, it looks more realistic. You're not seeing this. You know what I mean? Sure, it allows for more range, but you're getting those big gaps, and I'm not a fan of big gaps on my figures. Like, you know, 3-0 is the master of being able to hide that stuff.
Yeah.
And it would just be nice if other companies followed their lead. What are you saying, Jason?
Oh, I was giving you a hard time about that Nightfall Batman. I know it's a sore spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, they can do it here. I mean, I'd rather have a little less flexibility, a little less motion to it, and have it look like it does.
And have it look like this.
Yeah.
So
There's
KJ,
no way-
KJ, you got a pretty beautiful accent yourself too. I mean, it's not on my level, but it's pretty nice. So let's just change your name, man. Change it. Call it Kaiju Pants. We'll get a kaiju stream.
These guys.
Yeah, these guys are a good time.
Yeah.
Elephantitis of the
yeah. So, all right. So, where's my phone? I can't find anything. So, there's a possibility. If we can just change topic real quick, there's a possibility that Toby releases today. We should probably know by 1 o'clock whether or not that's true. So Metacom will update their blog saying that it comes out usually like the next day. But if you go around to different stores around Tokyo, see, nothing's been updated yet. If you go around to different stores in Tokyo, they'll put it out like late in the day or night before the official release. So that's one of the ways that I'm able to get reviews up before it actually technically releases. So that is supposed to be still shipping this week. But I heard that it could release as early as tomorrow, meaning, you know, later today for those of us in Tokyo. So we'll see. So the deluxe comes with, I don't even, you know, my thing's a mess. He comes with a stand. Jason, do you have the stand and everything?
I've got the stand, yeah. I came prepared, at least.
All right, because I don't. I'm a mess.
I don't have the what do you call it?
The pole?
The pole with it, because
Yep.
didn't really need it for where I was keeping it. But it's got it's a good stand. It's a serviceable stand. It's got Batman stuff on the bottom, right? When you'll never see it again. And does have a little chrome plaque that's impossible to read because it's super reflective, but it's the usual Batman symbol and stuff to it. It's nice.
Yeah, so the stand it's that clear acrylic, not acrylic, that clear plastic, and it's got the clamp like you know, like the Japanese companies put on there.
Base without the magnets, it kind of reminds me of the Muff Toys Bond.
Yeah.
Very similar to that.
Yeah.
I was hoping, I saw the stand and I was like, oh, please let the feet be magnetic. That would be
right.
So
right. Yeah. So the cape isn't wired. That would have been really great. I mean, what else could you ask for other than maybe some different mouthpieces?
Yeah.
Because the mouthpieces are disappointing.
Yeah.
I mean, they really are.
They go from a straight line to pouty to slightly poutier. That's
the Bale looks basically.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, a wide cape would have been cool, but I'm sure you'll be able to get them from like third-party people. And honestly, for me, the biggest pain in the ass on this figure for doing it was, like, putting it together was was putting the pieces, the clamps in underneath the chest piece. Ian had the same trouble. It just wasn't staying flush, those clamps. They weren't designed well enough to actually stay in. And you really have to kind of fidget with the chest piece a lot to get it like really on well. Did you have any problems with that, Jason?
I was going to say, well, a couple things. It took a little extra time. If you kind of laid it flat in your hand and then draped the pieces over and used your fingers to hold it, once you got that magnetic piece on the chest plate, no problem. But it was more effort than it needed to be.
Yeah.
It could also have magnetized those two pieces to sit.
Yeah, you could have done that.
That was an easy solution. But I'm not complaining either. Once it's in, I think other people were saying that sometimes it would slip out. The magnets are super strong. I haven't had anything move at all. And I got to say, I wish he had 2 capes. I'd love a wired cape in this one.
A wired cape would be awesome.
But I think standing in like a standard bail pose, good to go. It drapes beautifully. And the material, I know it doesn't matter for most, but it's silky smooth. It's a really nice cape. I think it's really well done. But I get it. For action poses, like I tried to have him dropping in like I like to do with the Batman figure, and there's no way to do that with the cape like it is. So I think a little bit of a miss. It would have been nice to have both. If they did both, it would have been
definitely. 2 would have been incredible, but
But again, a small complaint on it.
Yeah, it's a minor gripe.
So I will say it does seem like InArt has a fascination with like this chest piece thing being like removable to insert capes, because I do have their Patterson Batman, and same thing. If you look at it here, but this is Velcro on this one. It's not magnet.
Is it Velcro?
It's Velcro, yeah.
That'd be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and then there's a I don't have the cape on him now because I have him displayed on mask, but there's like a Velcro on the back where the cape like kind of like rests on. But yeah, this piece right here. I guess it's not too bad putting it on. I had no issues whatsoever, but I just thought it was kind of funny that they have this removable chest piece thing to like kind of.
We're gonna have to get Al a better camera, a better connection for Christmas this year.
Oh man, is it acting up?
Potato is kind of hard.
If only Al had a technology company that could help him out.
Yeah, so Hobby Genki said they're getting it. That'll be cool. If Hobby Genki's getting it, then probably a lot of the other normal Morfig figure arts companies will be carrying it as well. So that'd be cool. Greetings from Costa Rica. So what about the pre-order disclaimer about not for sale? Yeah, so there's just certain regions and territories that they don't have the license for, that they can't sell directly. And that's just the key word, directly. You'll be able to get these figures from different retailers. It's just you can't order directly from InArt. InArt can't sell that Batman that Al has, that Patterson Batman, but Al has it because other companies sell it and they'll ship it to the United States.
Yeah.
So that won't be an issue.
Yeah, I think people may have overreacted a touch on that one, thinking it meant that there's no way to ever get it here. And that's not the case.
Oh, so we're not talking about the Batman. We're talking about the Toby, I guess, the Toby Spider-Man. Yeah, so sorry about that. Going through the stream, it's hard kind of keeping up. But yeah, Amazon has a different date. Amazon's date is always later. Amazon normally will get their Morfig stuff up to a week, maybe even later, after it actually goes on sale. Was that?
It's usually about a month or 2 behind, especially for
no. Amazon Japan.
Oh, Amazon Japan.
Amazon Japan.
All
so
shut up.
Ordering it from Amazon Japan, they're gonna get it like a week or so after the official street date. Sometimes it's earlier, but it's usually about a week later. Because I usually I'll pre-order something on Amazon just to keep one with a guaranteed price available in case I want to get another one. But I'll always go to a brick and mortar store to buy the Morfig figures because that's the quickest way to get them. So just my experience, I'll get the notice from Amazon like a week later, and then I'll decide whether or not to keep that or just let it go. Yeah, KJ, big gaps. Yeah. So if you just Google in Metacom blog, they usually update the blog around noontime to 1 o'clock, somewhere in between there, and they'll announce when the figure is going to release, and they'll say it releases tomorrow. But because it releases tomorrow, a lot of the retailers will start getting their orders in that afternoon. So the way Metacom works is they ship their stuff out to everybody. It's usually in the afternoon the day before. So they're not sitting in the back. You can't go there and they're in the back and they're just waiting for the street date. That's not how it works. If they say it's tomorrow, it's because they're shipping them to the retailers today and in the afternoon. And if you've ever been in Tokyo, you go to some of these shops. Shops are really, really small. So when they get a box in, they're opening it up and they're putting it on the shelf because they don't really have the room to have this stuff in the back because there is no back. So that's how you're able to kind of get these a little bit early in Tokyo. So, oof, Mr. Chatino, thank you for joining, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, the Toby, yep. So this and the Batman for the Arkham, yeah, that one that they also previewed, and we'll show that video in a moment. That looks really great.
That's even half as good as this. Yeah. I can't imagine. That's gonna be killer.
So when I say 1 p.m., I'm talking about local Japan time. So that'll be about midnight, East Coast time in the States. So anyway, let's keep it going. So again, the photography on these promo images is crazy. It's so good. Al did something like this the other day.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
They copied me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Got a lawsuit there.
Al's doing some cool stuff.
Yeah. Oh, so I mean, just the lighting on these is so good.
So good. Yeah.
I got him up I was so happy. I got him up in a one-leg kick, and he just stands there. Doesn't tip, doesn't anything. So the balance is also really good on this without having to use the stand. Because the stand with a cape like this is also problematic because you get that big hump in the back.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's really nice to be able to pose them up and dynamically and have that not be an issue.
So you can see you can get them in a crouched down pose, holding the gun. No issues there, no problems. I will address that the hands are kind of a softer kind of plastic rubbery type. So you can move them a little bit. So there's no issue getting the guns into the hands or anything like that. But the quality of the plastic is so good that even though they're pliable like that, when you move it, it's not going to stay open like, some of the other figures Hasbro might. If you move it, it'll just go right back. It'll just contract back to the way it was. So when it's holding the batarangs, you get it in there, it's tight, it's secure, there's no issue at all.
Had kind of a Mezco feel to the hands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you got those,
hands.
If you got, for example, if you got the AT Custom Wick,
yes,
like the hands are very comparable to those. Just really nice custom quality. So good. So that's, you get really good range on the gun, on the arms, being able to hold it and point it and aim it and whatnot.
And the blue on that gun is great. It really looks luminous.
My blue is not as vibrant as that. I don't know. I felt like that was a little bit photoshopped. Like my blue is kind of, maybe it comes off better in the camera. I don't know.
Let's see.
You're on the fence? What? Gotta get you tested for drugs, man. What are you talking about? This is $69.
Depends on the light, but I think it looks better than I thought they could pull off. But yeah,
show me yours again.
I don't know if you can even see.
Yeah, I guess
it's pretty good. It almost looks like it's painted with a little blue plastic cover as opposed to being fully painted.
Yeah. I think it's just my cataracts acting up or something. I don't know.
It's definitely not as vibrant as that picture, but I thought they pulled it off really well.
Yeah. So if you have a question in the chat, shoot us the question and we'll try to answer it. Like I said, two of us here, we have it. So if you have any questions about it, if you have any concerns, now would be the perfect time to ask. and hopefully we can answer it and address it. So if you're asking a question, I'm only accessing the YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram, I'm sorry. I'm really just looking at the YouTube stream coming in for questions.
I thought it was cool that they put in multiple types of batarangs too. They had sort of his starter set, and then the nicer ones he worked his way up to. It's a nice touch.
Yeah. So the collector is off making money. He's gotta make money for all the different conventions and all the different exclusives. So, yeah.
Guys in the chat, you guys should ask for do some pose requests from Kaiju while you have them.
No.
Oh, good call, Al. Good call.
The pull out. You mean can you take it off?
No,
so,
he means like the drop down.
Yeah.
Oh, or maybe it means like a butterfly, which you said there.
So
yeah, there isn't. Or
there is. I don't know. You can't really make it out here because of the light. There's no butterfly joint at all. I mean, there is, but it only moves the spec. So I don't really consider that a butterfly joint. The shoulder pad will come off to allow you to, move the arm at a different angle and keep that shoulder pad still on it for, aesthetically. But moving the shoulder pad doesn't really affect it. So maybe you can see, I don't know, but so that's the butterfly joint. Me moving that, it does move. It is engineered, but it's the smallest range that you're gonna get. So it's almost negligible. It's not really an issue.
While you got him up to that bicep swivel is so well integrated into it.
Yeah,
I thought.
So we've already kind of talked about this. Can you order it in North America? Yes and no. You'll be able to order it in North America, but not from InArt. If you order it from a retailer, they will send it. Let me just fix my camera. They will send it to you, but InArt won't ship it directly. Any way to put his hands together without bending the elbow? So just kind of pushing it? No. The bicep swivel is really well engineered into the suit, so you don't even see it. So if you use the bicep swivel, you can bring the hands together. But if you're just keeping the arms straight and you're trying to move them like that, no, that's not going to work.
The boot swivel's really well integrated too.
Yeah,
it's something special.
All right, so let me queue up my video, and we'll go through the video. And we'll look at what InArt showed. So these are basically the figures that we should expect to be coming from InArt, over the next however many months. So let me just cue that up, guys. Give me a moment.
There is a good question here about the unmasked head.
Can you answer that?
Yeah. The unmasked head does not move. It's solid mounted, so it moves at the base of the neck, but it doesn't have head swivel because of the back piece, the way they made it look like it would be integrated if you put the cowl onto it. So the cowled piece moves around really, really well, but and you can get a pretty good vertical look on it. But the Bruce Wayne head sculpt, not as much. I can.
Okay, my camera is still out of focus. Maybe I'm just a goof.
Yeah, you can see it's just one solid piece. It still moves a little bit, but you're not going to get him looking down with the neck stationary. And I am not mad about that.
Hold on a second, guys.
You got to do.
I got to move this over. I got a lot to do. I had work right before I started the stream, so I'm a little bit discombobulated. Hold on a second. All right. So so this is the Batman. Obviously, this is the one that we have now. So this event was in January in Tokyo. They advertised it, and if you got a VIP ticket for this event, those are the accessories it came with. If you got a VIP ticket, you were able to get a copy of this figure. Let's just go back for a second here. Now, people were saying that the cod piece on the crotch seems to be smaller than the ones that were shipped out. Looking at yours, Jason, what do you think?
I think
it looks more. I think it's more pronounced in the video. It comes out.
Yeah.
Whereas the one we have kind of is more flush.
That might be a bit of lighting too. At least that's what I tell my wife.
Yeah, it could be, but people are kind of saying that they redesigned that aspect of the figure. So
yeah, that seems like something Ryan would complain about.
Am I getting the Bruce Lee? Yes. So this is the Superman that they're going to be putting out.
Whew.
So good. Now they hid that crotch piece, I guess, because I didn't notice it when I was there, and they got the leg up, so maybe that's the thing. But with that suit, you don't see it at all.
I'm sensing a theme here.
But if you got a pose like that, that's a badass pose.
Yeah, it is.
Like that's a cool pose.
They're taking cues from Mesco.
Maybe. And I mean, they got the Onitsu Tiger sneakers, right? They got those, so they have to have that licensed.
I know this is against your Celtic principles, but a Kareem to go with him would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at that, that looks pretty good. You know, normally when you have exposed joints like that, that's always a concern. You can see that that's double jointed elbow right there. So it's looking pretty good. Yeah. And here's the Arkham Knight one. Now this one comes with a ton. See all those accessories, a ton of hands, 2 different heads. One looks great.
That's everything you'd want.
Let me get it clear. So this looks really good as well. And I know Robo did his review. He was saying that he thought he was getting this figure or something like that. But this one looks really, really nice.
It's interesting.
You could throw away that amazing Yamaguchi one.
Well, this one is actually from Arkham Origins. So
that's right now. That's right.
Yeah, the LPZZ is LPZZ is doing the same one that Yamaguchi did, the Arkham Knight. So if I can't fix that Arkham Knight, he's gonna get buried.
Arm? Oh, that sucks.
He's getting buried if I can't fix him.
It looks like they did the hips a little different here than the Bale one.
Yeah, it looks like it's very different engineering, especially on the torso. So it looks like it's 2 pieces here, whereas the Bale is 3.
Same with the hips, are what?
Yeah,
2 separate pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that'll probably get you a whole lot more motion to them, which is more appropriate for this than the Bale one.
Now, looking here, up here, are we thinking this is? Does this look cloth? Or
no, that's
I mean, down here, this looks like a cloth, but this doesn't.
Oh, are you talking about like the drape over the shoulders?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the drape over the shoulder.
Yeah, it doesn't look cloth. It looks molded.
But the cape behind him looks not molded. It looks like cloth.
Yeah. I wonder if
So
they're
how do
doing
they do that?
You know how that Flash the Flash Batman Hot Toys, that really bad looking one. You know how they kind of had that where the cowl across the chest was molded, and even on the back was kind of molded, and then the cape just goes
Okay, so it's two-sided
below
and
it.
one side is
Yeah, it's a really weird design. So I prefer if it was fully cloth and soft goods, but
I hope it's that. I hope it's not the two pieces, because if it's the two pieces, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's hard to. That's got to be tough to get. Yeah. Head sculpt looks right on.
All right. So this looks great. This looks great.
Yeah, that does.
Another really good head. Let's go back.
Look at that. That's the mean, angry Batman I want.
So the Catwoman looks so good. You know, it's phenomenal. It looks really good. And you couldn't see it because of the light coming right down when I tried to get the image of the face. And I knew that when I was recording it, but the face is on the same scale of realism as the Bale face. So if you're impressed with the Bale face, the Catwoman face with the unmasked version, just the face, is same level good.
Look at that wisp of hair.
Just be ready
too.
for that.
I like that touch. Wow.
So it's got two hair pieces, as you can see. You can switch it out. And then, you know, some of the other items. So I'll be back in a second, guys. Just keep watching.
Yeah, that Wukong. Looking forward to that too.
Look at the sculpting on that. Jeez. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Morfig is getting its lunch taken this year.
All right, so these guys, this is something out of McFarlane's playbook. What are we thinking about these?
You know, they might be skips for me. Maybe get one. I'm not really too big into that metal universe. The only one I really like looks wise was that Batman Who Laughs, but I think that's like my favorite.
It's a cool figure.
Yeah.
I'm actually just reading it.
Yeah.
So I'm not as familiar with the metal, but it's a cool story so far. And look at that. That's
so she does come with the cowl, the one that's broken by Bane. She does come with that.
Now Bane and Joker, that's what I want to see.
Joker.
I want 1/12 scale Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
Imagine
so
that.
that's one of the licenses that they were supposedly talking about. They had a live stream a couple days ago, and that one person, like Jackie something, that always posts like news from like out of Asia.
Yeah.
Translated it and said that Lord of the Rings was something that was brought up, and also video game characters too. So like God of War was one, and Resident Evil was also brought up. So
Really?
yeah, we'll see if they can get all those licenses.
Yeah, I'd love to see some more God of War figs.
Yeah, some true 1/12 scale God of War.
Yeah, I want to see a good version of Thor. That would be killer.
Oh, from the game?
From the game, yeah.
Oh yeah, that Thor was crazy.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Batman Who Laughs is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
But it certainly puts
So an accurate Arkham City Catwoman, that would be nice.
Yeah.
You know, the response to this figure, we're talking about the Bale figure, is so incredibly positive. I can't see why they won't just start, you know, churning these out, because that's what they were doing with the 1/6 stuff after they released that Joker. They were just announcing one after another, after another, after another. And one of the big issues with them, with a lot of their figures, is they did the rooted hair. That wouldn't be an issue, you know, time wise, with these particular types of figures. So hopefully, you know, we're all crossing our fingers that we're going to get all of these things, but just how many this year are we going to get? I mean, look at the detail on that stuff.
I mean, I'm curious with the amount of bales that I've gotten going out. I wonder if this will ship like fairly quick. I feel like they might already have a bunch already made.
Look at that.
Let's go back. That's a better view.
Excuse me.
Now, did LPZZ hint at doing something like this as well?
I thought they showed metal figures.
Metal. It was metal figures. Yeah.
It was metal. Okay. That looks crazy.
Yeah, I'm checking right now.
You can see where the articulation is hidden. Look at that. The shoulders. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can make that thing move.
So this is their statues. Yeah, we'll end that there. So you know, that was some great stuff. And you know, again, the figure's going up for pre-order on Friday. It'll be $69 for the premium for the deluxe, and $51 if you want the regular version. So I have it, Jason has it, we love it. If you go online, there's a ton of reviews out right now. Everybody loves it. The only issue is there's some little bit of an eye wonkiness to some of them. I got 2 copies. Neither of my copies has it. So it's really just a luck of the draw.
And it's not a deal breaker, really.
It's not a deal breaker, especially if you get the premium. Why would you even use that?
I got to say, if you're only buying one, it's got to be the deluxe. The only reason to buy the regular one, like you were saying, is if you want to have a second one with the cowl on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're really missing out.
Definitely. Yeah. So any other questions before we wrap this up? So that video was the first time you've heard of InArt. Okay. You know, I hope you're subscribed to the channel so you can keep up to date with all of this stuff. And if you're not in the Facebook group, don't tell my wife. We're always trying to keep track of all this stuff and post the links and post the info as they come up. So don't tell my wife on Facebook. Just show your partner that that name, and you'll probably get a bunch of shit.
But
anyway,
chat,
yeah. If you guys have any other questions, you know, shoot them out now. We'll try to answer them. So again, I'll expand my screen. Yeah, give you my copy. So, you know, so I got him a little bit posed like this. He's got it going across his chest. Hold on.
Even the belt.
Like I said,
detail,
I
too.
had issues with the cape, but not anymore. My lighting is awful. Sorry, guys. Wow, that moved. I'm a mess right now.
I like how they did the belt too. It's not too over the top, but it still looks really nice.
Yeah. So you just got to get it, you got to get it in the right pose.
Dude.
It's awesome. So when we say it's a game changer, it's the quality and the price. Hopefully it's gonna push other companies to up their game. Hopefully the companies that are out there are gonna see that they have real viable competition now moving forward, and they will respond accordingly. So competition is good for consumers. Just remember that. Monopolies don't help anybody.
And with those crazy Morfig prices, I really think they're going to take their lunch on this, man.
Yeah. So, Mr. Chatino, if you just joined Facebook, when you join up, mention the stream. Otherwise, we would probably reject you as being a Facebook user or having joined Facebook within the calendar year. So people who just joined Facebook, it's usually because they're scammers. And the last name they used, they got called out. They create a new account to scam people again. So anybody who has an account that's under a year old, we generally don't accept them in. But if you say that you saw the stream and you want to be a member, mention the stream. It asks, how'd you find out about the group? Just say watching the InArt stream, and we'll approve it.
Yeah. And it's a great group of people to hang out with. Everyone's really supportive and just into helping everybody out. So it's a good place to be.
Yeah. So just a reminder, we are doing a waffle. For those of you who don't know what a waffle is, it's a raffle. But Facebook's algorithm, you can do a raffle on Facebook on a group page, but you can't do one on a personal page. And we all know how ridiculous the AI on Facebook is. So we don't even chance it. We just call a raffle a waffle, as most groups do. We're doing a waffle for this figure. We're doing the deluxe one. It's an unopened. It's not my copy. It's an unopened copy of the deluxe with the Christian Bale head sculpt. If you're interested in joining up, it's a paid raffle. It's $5 a spot, but you have to be in the Facebook group in order for you to be able to contact me. So if you're on the fence, maybe it's a reason to join the Facebook group. Just saying. And we will close that raffle probably this weekend and pick the winner on the live stream, just like this, sometime between maybe March 31st and April 4th. In that window, kind of figure out what date is the best. So if you want this figure, if you want it soon, that's your opportunity to get it soon. Any last parting thoughts, Al?
Yeah, I'm just a little that you guys all have it and I couldn't talk about it much, but no, I'm just kidding. Thanks again for everyone joining us. It was a pleasure. Our next stream, I believe, is in a week, right?
Our next stream is 6 figures a month. That will be March 31st. So we're going to do it on a Monday night.
Yeah, we're taking up that Monday night football slot until season starts.
Yeah, I was going to say, once season starts.
Yeah, once season starts, you'll
do
never
a
see me on
halftime
the
show. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
Kaiju Daddy halftime show. That I want to see.
Any potting thoughts, Jason?
Oh, I'm always happy to talk some Batman and some figures. So all put together, I'm a happy dude. So glad we all got to get together, and thanks everybody for joining with us. Hope we answered some questions.
So Metacom has updated their blog just now.
It's just them giving us the finger.
They're doing a Family Mart Femichiki beer brick.
And that's it.
That's it.
It's there's two announcements and they're both beer bricks.
Oh.
But they don't put they just start updating it. So they've just started updating.
Oh, so there's still a chance we can get a little
we'll know probably within 30 minutes to an hour, like I said, if they'll make that figure available. If it is available, then I'll grab it and try to do a review by the time you guys wake up on the East Coast. So with that, thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate it as always. Be good, be safe, and see you all next time.
Thanks,
all right, guys.